Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy, and this will be my last Kendra's Card Challenge hot video of the year, and this challenge will be featuring Colorado Craft Company. I'm so excited, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Colorado Craft Company was extremely generous and sent us a lot of goodies. So they sent this little walrus. Isn't he adorable? I'm going to be using this set today because it is Christmas related, and it's called A Wonderful Time, and then this beautiful springtime floral, which is called, I went too fast, but I'll list it down below. And then this big 6x6 bold stamp. Isn't that gorgeous? And that can still be used for Christmas. It's got little pine cones in it. But for now, I'm going to use the little mice. And I already have them cut and colored, and they're simply colored in blues and grays because my background colors are all going to be blues and grays. And I'll set this lovely here so you can see it while I'm working. We'll be working with sketch number 7. So I'll be putting this card together, and I'm doing a side folding, like a wide side folding, and that's just simply because that's all I had on hand. I made this card once already and thought I was recording, and I wasn't. Doggone it. So this is a do-over. So I hope you enjoy. And being the last one, I don't know that it's the last of Kendra's for this year, but I know this is my last hop. I do kind of want to go over with you. First of all, this is a hop, and the hop is listed down below the playlist. So that you can just click that playlist and hop along with the rest of the hoppers. And here I'm just kind of decorating the inside of the card with some leftover papers, just for fun. Why not? This is a giveaway hop as well. So if you would like to be part of the giveaway, follow along in the hop, like and comment on people's videos, and click that form and get the form filled out to win a digital prize from Kendra. All right, we'll get that clipped off, and then we'll start working on the front. And I'll just set this aside because I'm going to put together a good portion of the front before I lay it back down on there. So I've got this color pattern paper that I'm using as the 4x5 1/4. And then I've got these little flags, and you'll see I used one of my little, what are those things called, punches, to punch out these little snowflakes. I rarely use these punches, so I thought, you know what, let's get them out and change it up here. So the original sketch calls for a fishtail, and I did a little fancy edge there with the snowflake. So if you're not familiar with Kendra's Card Challenge, it is a challenge where you join Kendra's Patreon. There's a starter membership, which is free. And once you've joined the Patreon, you can download the PDF file that has all of the cutting guides to cut out 6x6 pieces of pattern paper to make 15 cards. And there are 15 cards, card sketches to make. And so this is sketch number 7. And then once you've made those, and see what I'm doing here is I'm gluing, I cut out some of those little snowflakes with my punch out of some silver, and I'm gluing them back in those holes. So, or doing the best I can with it anyway. So you make the 15 cards, and then you take a picture of them all together, all 15, and you post them in Kendra's Facebook group, and in order for a chance to win one of the prizes or from our super sponsors. So she has a drawing once a month, and then she has the final drawing at the end of the quarter. So you've got all 3 months that you can do Kendra's Card Challenge and do a picture, but only one entry per month. So there's that, and she's got the color challenge, and so just, you know, lots and lots of fun. So make sure to check out her Patreon. And then there are bonus levels or higher levels of Patreon membership if you want to help support Kendra. And that's all available and linked down below at Kendra's Patreon. So now I'm putting together the 3 little squares that come on here. So I'm going to do the top one and and I don't know why I put glue there. I guess I was flustered because I actually had colored those little guys on camera and everything. Wasn't recording. Oh, have you ever done that? So we'll go ahead and get this one glued back together here. So I cut everything new and carefully as I could took my little mice and my little cinnamon off of the original. And then I'm going to pop up the third, and I noticed there that I'm looking here through my papers. I noticed there that the one square isn't totally square, but it's just the right size where I can trim it off a little bit. It was just like the leftover, and I put the actual square back with the paper. So just making sure that that's 1.5 by 1.5. And I'll glue that down to this silvery glittery cardstock. I sure had fun this year, you guys. I hope you did. And I'm excited to see what Kendra has to offer for next year's Kendra's Card Challenge. Been a long time. This is number 16. Before you know it, we'll be on 60. No, not really, but you know. Such a fun thing to do, you know, and especially just to kind of help you get the idea of layouts for cards. You don't have to do them exactly as they're written, but you can. And what you're going to see different here is how I lay out my ephemera or my little mice and my sentiment. So I'm going to glue these down. I've got this popped up just a little bit. It's just a little bit of a low profile foam tape. Okay, there we go. Now that's basically ready to go on the card base. And here's my little mice, and you can see where I peeled them off the back of my paper, but I couldn't get those off the back of my, I peeled them off the original, but I couldn't get those off the back of my little thing without tearing it. So that's okay, I just left them on. But that does give me the opportunity to do a couple of things that I didn't do the first time around that I thought would really enhance this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut a strip of paper and then cut off some little squares so that I can kind of bump these little foam pads up a little bit so they're more up to height on the card. And you'll see what I mean when I get it glued down. So I'm going to put glue on those and then put glue on the little mouse. And I'm not going to, obviously, I'm not going to put him in the very center. I'm going to have part of him on the middle square and part of it on the top square. So his little buddy's on the top square and he's here on the middle square. And then this guy with little tag, his little, that little thing came mostly off the little foam pad. So I'll put a fresh one on. I'll try and pull off what's on here. I'll put a fresh one on. Wait, that's not one. That's the backer. These are hard to get off here. I don't know why. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take that little piece of paper and I'm going to stick it on so that it's up a little bit, just a wee bit higher. And then I'll glue this guy down. So part of him is on the bottom square and part of him is on the middle square. Just like so. So this, you know, is a way that you can use ephemera that isn't quite the right size and make it work. So I'm going to pop up this Peace and Joy, which I didn't do in the original. And in my final images, you're looking at the original. Because I had already done up my picture. I'd done everything when I realized there was no film. I'm using a new system, so I'm filming through my software rather than directly from my camera. And there's one step that I failed to take, and I didn't realize it wouldn't work if you don't do that step. So I did it this time. All right, one tiny little itty bitty bite here, and then I'll just take my teeny tiny scissors and trim that one off. Try and get them up under there so no foam tape is showing through. We'll get all this stuff out of the way for you. And I don't think, the only thing I think I've done here is I've sped this up to about 1.5 times. Just, you know, to keep the video a decent length because we are hopping and, you know, we want you to watch everybody's video. And so I'm just going to pop that sentiment right here in the center, and it's still in the middle of the card. So I think this is kind of a neat little layout twist with regard to, where all the ephemera is. And we'll just get this straight on the card base. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I cut several of those little snowflakes in the silver cardstock that you see as a matte layer for the little squares, and I'm just going to lay these silver stars on here, not stars, snowflakes, as my embellishments. So they're basically flat. And that'll finish up the card. Don't forget to hop along. And if you're not subscribed to my video, I appreciate it if you consider subscribing, to my channel. And here's the final card. Let's get stuff out of the way so there's nothing distracting here for you to look at. Those are usually parts that I cut out. I just didn't this time. I was scared. I was afraid I'd lose my video. So you see me struggling picking up all these little pieces. One more. We'll move that out there, all nice and clear. And there's the final card. I sure hope you like it. Let's make sure that's good and stuck down. I like it. I think those mice are adorable. So, yeah. And we use these adorable mice. I can't wait to use that Christmas tree one. So cute. And sketch number 7. Here's a very close up. All right. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and check the description box. Leave a comment down below. Appreciate all of you. Thanks so much. Happy holidays and take care. Bye-bye.